Lindell, how you doing, sir?
Just fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. Thanks for asking. So as we're getting ready to get started, we had a response from Lisa Marie, and she was kind of talking about our question by the other person. His question was creation finished? And she kind of touches on it briefly. She says, creation's finished, everything exists, every single possibility. So if you have a desire, it's because it's been created. And bottom line is what she's saying is so match the frequency to the experience. Do you agree with that?
I do, and I can tell you what to do about it. It says creation is finished, and creation is finished. But what we're doing is we are creatively choosing from what is already created. And that's all we're doing is we're creatively choosing. You're told, choose this day. And it's always this day, so every day, choose anew. You're given to. Why not try it? Doesn't cost you anything.
So because everything is already finished, everything's already been created, right. The truth of the matter is that 2,000 years ago, we had the necessary means to create the telephone, correct?
Absolutely. Everything that's here now was there then. It's all out of the mind of man. He gave man choose this day. So everything's out of the mind of man. Male, female.
Understood.
Yeah. But we're creating every moment of time. But we're not focused on what we're creating. So it always seems like a surprise when it happens. But it's actually our own action. We're actually dreaming up those monsters we can't handle. And then we run off to God to try to get rid of them.
So as we're dreaming up the monsters, as it were, the bottom line is we can also do the opposite. So if it was something that we desired or something we wanted to create.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we're saying. Think only on things that are lovely and of good report. And why would he tell you to do such? Because it's for your benefit. Think only on things that are lovely and of good report. I'll tell you this, it really seems strange at first to do so because you have to really wade through a lot of negatives. And we all have those negatives. I mean, we do it constantly because we're conditioned to the ongoing drama. And how much of it do you see is negative? How many people are hurting? How many people are suffering? That's because of the negativeness. And it spreads like wildflower. You know, you hear it, and then you know it. Mm-hmm. But do you believe it? See, that's it. You bond with things without actually discerning them first. It's not really wise.
But that tends to be, as you stated just a few moments ago, it tends to be our mindset. You know, we were told, don't worry, for example, and yet we spend most of our lives thinking that we worry. And the thing is, we think that there's something admirable about us worrying and saying, I'm just going to take this to God, you know, and we keep wondering why we keep creating more of the same.
But that's what we're doing. We are taking it to God. Whatever we're calling ourselves, we're calling God because he is us, and he gave us permission to choose this day. And whatever we're choosing is what he's making so, because he makes it all. He is it all. There's only God. If you can remember just that, you'll have it. You'll make it. You'll do it. Do it.
So the bottom line is the essence is of truth that we are God's manifestation in the world.
That's right. He calls you gods, didn't he?
He did. He did.
Didn't he say, I call you gods?
Absolutely.
Start acting like it. Yeah, and it's a big step.
It's a huge step, especially depending upon most of our indoctrination. Most of us, whether religious or irreligious or not religious, whatever you want to call that, most of us have been indoctrinated from childhood of this perception of God.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Our suggestion about the hearing and reading the message over and over, I've been told seems like a waste of time. But believe me, the suggestion of reiteration is so much more than you would imagine. I myself, I don't see it as just over and over. I hear it as a reminder of what I agreed with for a desired change. So, you see, the thing of it is it's always up to the individual. You're praying to God. God says, hey, wait a minute, I gave you permission. I gave you authority. You choose it. I'm not choosing for you. You choose it. So if you choose it wrong, well, then choose again.
And that's the wonderful thing, that we have the opportunity to choose again. We look at, everything around us. Nature doesn't have the choice that we have as human beings. We talk about the birds of the air, the grass, the lilies, and we know that God takes care of them, but He's not giving them the choice that we have.
That's right. That's right. He gave you the choice. Don't come whining and crying to God. Just use the choice you were given. And it says worshiping God is using His gifts. I mean, when you're joyful, God's joyful about it too. But when you're suffering, He says, I suffer with you, but you behold me not. You see, He is you. He is the doer doing, the thinker thinking, and allowing you to do the choosing. Which is very bold.
It really is. It is. But it also is a true testament of His love, to give us that power of choice, because...
Yes, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I mean, just think of it. He allows us to whip Him by allowing ourselves to be whipped. See, that's Jesus told us very plainly that it's by His stripes we're healed. I heard He's already got the stripes. See, so why aren't we healed? That's the question you ask yourself. Why aren't we healed?
Yeah, it's a powerful question, too.
Yes, it is.
Powerful question, because then that means contemplation. We really have to get quiet. Because,
right.
I mean, we could come up with a theory off the top of our head, but most of us, the truth of the matter is, it comes down to we don't believe that healing is possible for us. And so be it unto us according to our faith.
See, but that's it. That what they're doing is that they're denying God's promises. He made you a promise. And I'm counting on Him to keep His promise. You see, it's not what I'm doing. See, people think that's what they're doing. Look, you're not worthy, okay? It says not one is worthy, so quit worrying about that. It says, how willing are you? If you're willing to turn to me, I'll turn to you. He's already said He'd turn to you, so He's already said yes. So, but the question now is, where are you? That's it. Where are you? See? Are you there? He's there. He said He'd be there if you're there. Where are you?
So the challenge is, if I can call it a challenge, is us getting there in consciousness.
That's right. That's right. That is the challenge, being more aware. It just starts out with being more aware, being really conscious. That's a little more difficult, but it leads to that. If you start watching your own conversations, you'll find out that you did it all. That's comforting, I assure you. But the point is, you'll find out you did it all. As within, so without. We're told the without is secondhand. It's all secondhand. It was first only idea in someone's mind. So if you want to change something, change it in your mind. Then it'll change out there. If you don't change it in the mind first, it isn't going to work out there. So Choose this day.
You know, the wonderful thing, it takes nothing more than an ideal or a seed of faith, as small as a grain of mustard seed, just just a concept.
That's where we all start.
That's where we all start.
That's where we all start. Just a little bit of faith. You just, in other words, that reading this over and over, listening to it over and over, it sparks ideas in your mind, and that's how you start. And then as you feed them, they feed you.
You know, and I was sitting there thinking about, Solomon. It says, of course, not even Solomon's dress matched the lilies of the field, how God clothed those lilies of the field. Solomon asked for wisdom so that he could basically lead God's people. And God says, since you've asked for wisdom and you didn't ask for these other things, long life and health and riches, I'm going to give you these things as well. It goes back to what you often say, we just need to ask.
That's it. People ask me, well, how did you get this? Well, are you some kind of special something? No. I asked. That's what I did. I was told that if I ask, believing, receiving, that's how it works. That's how mine works. But the thing of it is that you don't need to make it happen. You only see it as happening. Seek and you shall find. What are you looking for? You're looking at your own imaginal activity. If you're doing the things you'd be doing if you were in your dream, that's dreaming the dream. Actually, you're dreaming the dream anyway. It's just that it's being a little more awake is a lot better, though.
Absolutely. You made me think about something I watched the other day. My wife and I, we were watching, there was a tribute to a gentleman by the name of Tyler Perry. Some of you may know him from his Medea series and so forth. And Tyler, at one point, let's say 15, 20 years ago, was sleeping in his car. And he had a dream of doing these plays and so forth. And, of course, he didn't have two nickels to rub together, but he had this mustard seed faith that he could someday have his plays being watched by thousands of people. He didn't see millions upon millions of people. He just saw thousands. My whole point is he saw it in a small way. So my question to the creators out there, what is that thing that is in you to do, that you desire to do? Begin seeing it, as Lindell said, see from you're experiencing the thing that you desire. That's the prayer. When you begin seeing yourself as already being the person that you desire to be in a small way, just see it as possible.
That's all the work there is to it. That's all you're expected to do. You're not expected to go out and move anything at all. You're just supposed to choose it. Choose this day. That's it. That's your work. You go about your normal daily routine, whatever you're doing, but you keep in the mind, choose this day, and choose what you're doing. I mean, even if it's the smallest thing, you start small. I mean, the grandiose things comes down the line, but you got to start small. Feel after him, and you'll find him. That's you. You're feeling after you in imagination, doing, being, having your ideal, your dream, your mission, your goal. It's always up to you. I will do this or I won't do this. So, like I said, it's always up to you. Don't you agree?
I agree 100%. And the thing is, the key thing that he said was start. And start is not doing this strenuous work. It's just getting your mind right and seeing the thing that you desire as possible. Start there.
That's it. That's it. Just setting yourself up or setting yourself free. That's what you're doing all the time. You're right. Like I said, you're either setting yourself up or you're setting yourself free. You can go either way. It works the same both ways. You're choosing, and what are you choosing? Because that's what you'll be experiencing. It isn't falling into the past. See, what you're thinking now isn't falling into the past. It's being projected into your future. So if you're not looking forward to it, drop it.
Absolutely. And I want to just add this.